Hey everybody, it's your good friend James Knight here, and you know what? Today we have something really cool. But before I go into it, like I said before, think of this more the Truman Show. We're not doctors, we're not physicians. If you're going to do anything with health or anything, please understand this. Basically, like the Truman Show is more like entertainment than anything else, and basically a lot of it comes from researchers or people maybe that we talked to before or something we read. But let me actually show you something real quick. Is this, and basically, like I said before, it's basically, it's not meant to actually replace medical advice or any of that, or your physician. And other than that, let's start really the consultation between Holistic Chef Barry and James. So welcome to the show, and you know what? Not just welcome to the show. This is basically welcome to the consultation of Holistic Chef Barry. Barry, I was going to ask you real quick, and I have something to mention real quick, is that I lost 2 pounds overnight again, which is huge, basically. I mean, I've also so far I lost 5 pounds, maybe more than 5 pounds. But one of the things I did, and I was really scared about this because we talked about preventative before where actually you gain weight. And hopefully, if you know that something's going to happen, maybe what I did was I tried to do some things to hopefully counter it. It's like push and blackjack or so. Win is a win, even if I was even. But what I did was I knew I was going to go out and eat something I was going to eat something not kosher with Chef Holistic Barry. Is that I took some coconut oil, which I drank, which I really didn't understand the power of coconut oil really and how it helps you lose fat. But I drank that because you mentioned that, and then I drank some wheatgrass, so I countered that too. Then what happened was that I drank my my hot water with lemon in the morning, little apple cider vinegar, and I added that little cinnamon. I drink that in the morning, and then I went to a buffet. Okay, yes, I mean I know that the power really that I should really prepare my own foods, and that's real important. And control my environment, but sometimes you have to go with your family, so you have to make some choices. And what I did was I basically still tried to stick with the farmer's diet. I didn't go crazy. I had a big plate of vegetables steamed with it, and then of course some shrimp, and of course I know that it's not all the same thing, but I did the best I could do. Then I had a big plate of food, and then I had the smoothie later, and I had some organic eggs later. But at the end, the next morning, which I was surprised, even after the buffet, I still lost 2 pounds. Can you kind of help me out with why I lost the 2 pounds and I didn't gain 3 pounds?
James Knight, first I want to say thank you for having me on this show.
Well, basically it's a consultation between me and you, so it's not really a show, but
right.
I lose that weight? I have to know this.
Yeah, okay. The thing is, what you've done to lose the weight is you've introduced the good fats diet. And these are essential fats that you put into your body, and that's why you're losing your weight. The thing is, for years, scientists in the media have been saying that low-fat diets are good for you and help lose weight, but that's the opposite. That's the opposite. Now research is coming out that's saying that essential fats from nature is going to make you lose weight. And there's a lot of fats that we can talk about. I have a few here that I can show on camera. But basically, when I did my research yesterday and I went down the timeline of some of the so-called authority sites on good fats and bad fats, I was shocked. My mind was boggled because when these sites were saying to the public to consume, for example, canola oil and corn oil, these are GMO products, and you don't want to be putting that into your body.
What is a GMO product?
Genetically modified organisms. And that,
pretty quickly, within about 10 seconds or so, what does that do to maybe the insects that eat GMO pesticide food?
It's amazing, amazing. If you went to YouTube and you typed in GMO roulette, you would find out what happens to these insects when they consume the GMO plant. The insides of their body.
Oh,
That's
so that
how.
could basically be happening to us on a smaller scale. So if we're possibly eating GMO products, that if it happens to a small insect who's taking it a lot more, we might be having some harmful things happening to us with the GMO genetically modified organisms.
Exactly. Um, what could happen to us is we could be creating an environment of leaky gut syndrome, where little holes are being punched in our intestines and guts, and then it goes directly into our bloodstream and creates havoc with autoimmune disease symptoms in our body, which is very difficult to get diagnosed by mainstream medicine. So this is a problem, and it's been proven in scientific studies with mice and rats that tumors over time develop with the GMO product in their
Nice.
body.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. So I'm gonna stay away from GMO foods. That's the main thing. So I was gonna also ask so the coconut oil. Why did the coconut oil help me lose a couple 2 pounds overnight? Because I was
Okay,
surprised on that.
yeah, James, that's a good question, and I'm very happy to answer this for you. The coconut oil and all coconut products for years have been demonized because it does have saturated fat, but it's a different kind of saturated fat compared to the meats. Okay, without getting too technical, the saturated fat of coconut oil is medium thing, and the saturated fat beef and pork is thing. Now, what the meat games is that fat from the meat go directly into the arteries and into the whole circulatory system, and the coconut go to the liver instead, and then the liver processes that medium chain fat into energy. So it's good for weightlifting, for athletes. It's good. It makes energy in the body. That's what the coconut oil does. It
So
doesn't.
coconut oil doesn't really make you fat. It basically helps you lose fat is of what you're saying and not what the experts are saying that we're is and then plus that is going to be used maybe when I go to the gym. It's going to be good for me the extra push on the repetitions on the bench press.
Well, yeah, it's fuel, energy fuel for the body, and it actually will expedite your weight loss. It will be utilized in jump starting your weight loss plan. So coconut oil and all coconut products are excellent for weight loss. You will see results. I take in coconut every day in my life. I live in Phuket, Thailand. It's one of it's one of the weapons of a weight loss protocol.
Nice. I was going to ask you also, for example, I have a cavity right now, and it's been bothering me, and I know I have maybe one or two cavities. I got to go to the dentist. They're going to be like drilling probably. They're going to probably put the mercury stuff inside there. And is there anything that I can do that can alleviate maybe teeth problems or basically cavities once and for all? Because I hate dentists. I don't want the Novocaine shot doing and all the drilling. Zzz. I mean, I know that gives me the willies. I mean, what can I do?
Okay, in Ayurvedic medicine, which is from India, there's a thing called oil pulling. Okay, you can use different oils, but in my opinion, and a lot of holistic physicians will say the same thing. Coconut oil is fantastic for mineralizing your teeth, and it's been documented and it's been researched that coconut oil, when you put a tablespoon in your mouth and you swish it around your gums and through your teeth, it actually helps the dentin, it preserves the dentin, it mineralizes your teeth. And even from personal experience, I had a broken tooth, I had an exposed root, and then I had a cavitation with pain on the gum, and then I had another problem down here. I had three problems, and the coconut oil took all my pain away after
Really?
time. Yeah, symptom free, just from doing the coconut oil.
So basically, what I would so what do you have a sample of the bottle or something of the coconut oil so I can see what it looks like?
Sure. Uh, Here's
Can you
one
raise it up
sample.
higher?
Okay.
Okay, so that's extra virgin coconut oil, and that just comes straight from coconuts, and you just swish it in your mouth, and then you swish water or something like that to get rid of that, or does it draw the mercury out of your mouth or something like that, and what do you do with it?
Okay, what the coconut oil is doing is not only building the dentin in your teeth and preserving your teeth from decay, but it's absorbing toxins in your mouth and it's helping to detoxify your body. Okay, because all the nerve endings and the roots of the teeth are connected to the organs in your body. It's
Okay.
almost yes, there is a connection between the teeth and the organs in your body. And so the coconut oil is drawing any toxins in your body via through your mouth, through by swishing it around in your teeth. And so you don't want to swallow it. You want to swish it around. I swish it around anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, twice a day. And then I get rid of it. I spit it out down the sewer or in the toilet and get rid of it. I won't even put it in my soil. You know, I don't even want my plants to absorb it. So you want to get rid of it that way. And then what I do is I take some Himalayan sea salt water. It's just the crystals dissolved in water. Put that, swish it around. That's good for the hygiene of the mouth. And then I take regular water, swish it again, and I have a clean mouth. And I do this religiously every day, twice a day. And I have no pain, no problems.
But let me ask you a question. The
Sure.
dentists out there, they have all these beautiful smiles out there, shiny white teeth. I mean, what do you think about that?
Ah, boy, that's my James. That just makes me think of my experience with a dentist recently. A couple months ago, he looked at my teeth. He says, "Boy, you know, I'm looking at you, and you need a lot of work, and you need this done right now, and no buts about it." And he's actually scaring me. He's playing this fear card that I need to have all this work done. And in the meantime, he's showing me his YouTube videos of all his real estate holdings and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, I'm not feeling right. And then I say to him, you know, your teeth look fantastic. What's your secret? And then he reaches in with his hands and he pulls out his dentures. And then I can see his real teeth, how terrible they look. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? I don't.
So basically, a dentist who's basically wants you to spend maybe $8,000 to $10,000 for your teeth, basically had fake teeth over his rotten teeth, and
Right,
he's showing you videos of the real estate holdings he has. But
right.
you know what? I'm just telling you, the research that you read basically were that the coconut oil and how it's helping a lot of people and maybe the dentin and all this other stuff. You could basically this research can put a lot of dentists out of business.
Well, actually, you speak the truth because it's always about preventative medicine, and if you can keep your teeth in good shape without seeing a dentist, they lose customers. I mean, connect the dots. That's just the way it is.
So
So
there's no more drilling, no more pain, no more, you know what I'm saying, cavities, and no more.
exactly.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'd rather just swish my mouth with the coconut oil, and you were discussing before that you brush your teeth with coconut oil and baking soda. You make your own tooth, and then that's what keeps you basically pain free and not having to go to the dentist. I
Uh,
mean, I love the information. You know what? I am just floored by just hearing this because you know what makes me happy because I hate dentists. I'm just telling you straight because you know what? Dentist equals pain to me. That's all. That's just my opinion. And
right.
I mean, and you're saying, and basically you're saying that it'll also make your teeth whiter with your toothpaste that you said baking soda and some coconut oil that you do and you mix it.
That's right. That's right. It'll over time, not right away, but over time, it will whiten your teeth. It will, yes.
That's nice. I tell you, really. Also, you had a book that you were going to show us about the green
Yes,
smoothies.
right. Now, this I recommend this book. Okay, I'll just show you the front cover. Okay,
Okay,
it's a
Green
gem.
Smoothie Revolution.
Yes, it's a gem. It really is. It's from the author Victoria Butenko.
Revolution. Okay, and then
Yeah. And
what's her name again? Victoria.
Victoria Butenko, Victoria, and then Poutenko. She's an expert in smoothies and health, and she's very knowledgeable. It's worth reading this book. I highly, highly recommend it.
When you're saying green smoothie, so you're actually putting spinach or kale into a smoothie?
Well, yeah, the thing is, what's missing in the sad American diet is the leafy greens. That's what's missing. And by incorporating the smoothies and making smoothies, and then adding a banana or an apple to offset the bitterness of the greens, it makes it easier for people to introduce the greens into their diet. So
Nice.
the green smoothie is a perfect way to
Is anybody
introduce.
losing weight on this? Do you have any pictures or any document showing that somebody lost weight with this?
If I could read a short passage from the book that
Sure.
describes, then people will understand. Okay, it says here, quote unquote. The following is a detailed description of my daily diet. And it says, in the morning, I usually drink a 12-ounce fresh carrot juice mixed with wheatgrass juice, which you're taking, James. So
Hmm.
now you know. And then it goes on saying, next, I prepare about a gallon of green smoothie, enough to supply 4 meals throughout the day. So that means he makes a big one and then spreads it out throughout the day in glass jars and refrigerated.
What does he put in the
Okay.
smoothie?
Okay. Basically, green, for example, it can be celery. I don't recommend spinach because it absorbs better when it's blanched in hot water. Okay, so it can be any green any green, leafy green, basil. It can be anything, pumpkin green, any kind of greens. And then what you do is to knock down the bitterness that people don't like is add a green apple or pineapple or papaya, and then you can put coconut meat in there as well. And you
Uh-huh.
can instead of water, you can use coconut water, which is a beautiful electrolyte, and that brings the taste out. Okay, and then and then that's how you do it. You experiment and don't go on a mono diet. Have a different green smoothie every day. Every kitchen in the world should have a blender. That's
Exactly.
where it starts. Okay, and that's how you make the green smoothie. And then the book goes on and says, consume the smoothies throughout the day, and then until you finish everything throughout the day, along with smoothie meals. You can take the green smoothie, James, and you can use that as a dressing. As a
Wow.
dressing, and you can pour it over your food, and then you ante up your nutrition, and your weight will drop like a stone because what's missing is the dietary fiber, and the green smoothie will give you the dietary fiber. Plus, it will give you the fluids that you need. Okay, it hydrates your body. That's what it
You know
does.
why would like hearing this from you, Barry, is because you're really a living testimonial. Because when we have these consultations where you lost 100 pounds, close to around 100 pounds, I mean, so you basically know your stuff. Do you have a picture or everything of anybody that lost any weight inside the book?
Okay, this is what I would like to
If you could
share.
bring that closer up. Oh wow! So that's what what the guy used to look like.
There's your.
I know some people that look like that, and so they can basically become like that as long as they basically follow the program. That's pretty cool stuff, really.
That's
Um,
just That's an incredible before and after. That's what I have to say.
He's living
It's
on green smoothies. I mean, well, he just saved his life, didn't he?
That's right. And the green smoothie is just one of many things you can do, James, to help lose the weight. So that's just one. That's one leg of the table, and there's maybe four other. Well, so that's one of the big ones.
Nice. And then also sugars. Is there something that I can substitute my sugars with? Because I love the sweetness, and maybe to make my smoothie sweeter. What can I do that? Because of course, I love chocolate. I love all that good stuff, but I want to go back to eating the regular way. Now I'm losing maybe 2 or 3 pounds a day.
Okay, what's going to happen is, and this is what I recommend, and this is what happened in my own weight loss journey, and I didn't know it at the time, and I figured it out later when I did my research, is that most of us are addicted to the sugars for a reason, because it's in everything. It's in all the processed food, and we can't avoid it. The only way to avoid this kind of sugar is to boycott processed fake foods out of your diet and replace this detrimental food with real sugar from nature. And that would be the fruits, that would be anything that grows out of the ground from the tree or out of the ground, and implemented in your diet. That's the only sugar you should be
What about
taking in.
cane sugar now? I think there's something called cane sugar. Is that good for you? Or does that come out of the ground?
Okay, the thing is, it depends on the processing of the sugar. Okay, there's good sugars and there's bad sugars. Okay, sugar cane. If the sugar cane comes from, if I see it in Thailand all the time, because it's a sugar cane producing country. When they take sugar cane and they press it, it's not white, it's green. I can even show you
Okay.
of me holding it. Real sugar from sugar cane is not white, it's green. It's
Oh, okay. So if you get the green, it might have been better for you, but the white
but
was
they
just
the
changed.
white is overly processed, and it's another GMO product.
Oh,
They
I
make
didn't know that. So
yeah,
sugar that's on the table that are at restaurants or so is a GMO product. And you basically said basically what a GMO is. It's before it's spliced with an animal and a vegetable. Am I correct there?
exactly. A lot of the GMO sugar is derived from sugar beet. That's where it's coming from. And they splice a gene from an animal, whatever it is, and a gene from a plant, whatever it is, and put it together, and then you have Frankenstein food, really, because
So basically when I'm maybe possibly eating my sugar or something like that, I'm also eating an animal at the same time when I thought maybe it might have been sugar or something like that. Is that what is that what the research is telling us?
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And there's a lot of YouTube videos that explain how it works. You know, if you were to punch in Google GMO roulette, you would see a lot of this.
Well, I don't want to
Good.
be adding, I thought it's salt. I don't want to be adding, animals to
Yeah,
my my sweet potato fries.
I know. It's mind-boggling, James. It really is. The things that they're doing to our food supply, they're not telling us. And they're not even labeling it. They're not educating us. They don't want us to know about it. That's basically the truth.
Let me ask you a quick question. I have a place right up the road. I'm in South Carolina, and we get access to a lot of things, but sometimes not a lot of access to a lot of other things. For example, it's hard for me to find wheatgrass. I mean, I had to drive half an hour just to find the wheatgrass, and now I have to drive. I have to make it myself, which is another show that we can or interview or consultation we can do later on. But what about? There's a place like maybe a block over that sells raw honey. They have a bee farm that sells raw honey. By eating that raw honey, am I going to get fat? Because is sugar equal to other sugar? I mean, I'm really oblivious to this.
Okay, it's the difference between processed white sugar and honey. I mean, they're both sugars, but the raw honey has enzymes. Okay, and
Oh, so stuff that has real, like you said, dead products are going to make you fat. Basically, that's what basically what the research is telling you. But since it's still live, like a that has enzymes, there's only something alive has to have enzymes. If I remember my chemistry that I did very well back in high school and college with, is that that's not going to basically cause you to get fat, or hopefully with research, or what are you saying?
I'm saying that the honey should be respected and treated only as condiment only. And when you mix it with other foods like cinnamon, and if you mix it with Bragg's apple cider vinegar, for example, then the combination will melt the fat off your body because of the enzymes, the living food, and it's got the trace minerals. It's got everything that you need to satisfy the body's need for nutrient dense nutrition, which the processed sugar doesn't have, because that just makes you eat more. You know, basically on a simple sugar diet, you're never satisfied. The body is never satisfied. So you always want to eat more. MSG is doing that. All the processed foods are doing that because it's empty calories. You don't want empty calories. You want high density nutrition.
What's going to satisfy the body so that we don't get those cravings?
Well, I tell you what, another thing that sugar doesn't have is dietary fiber. So when you consume anything from nature that has dietary fiber, like fruits, then it won't spike your blood sugar like what sugar would do. And then it's going to sit with you in your gut much longer, satisfy your cravings. And then when you add sour foods with the sugars of the plant kingdom, then your taste buds over time will change from being addicted to sugar to having being happy and taking in sour foods, because the sourness of foods will over time replace the sugar cravings. And a lot of people don't know that, but it happened to me. You know, it happened to my own life over time. If I was by accident or even intentionally eating a processed food loaded with sugar, it would be revolting to my taste buds, because over time, over the years, I made the transition into more probiotic, cultured sour foods that helps my intestinal health become much better and my immune system become much better. And that's why I never gain weight, because I'm supporting my intestinal health.
Wow. So that's amazing. You blew my head, especially with the coconut oil really helping with the cavities and helping a lot with the research has been saying from the Weston Price organization. Right. I'm just telling you, it just floors me really. I mean, I'm gonna have to I actually wrote that down on my piece of paper so that I make sure I check that on the internet, do some more research so that I'm more up to date on it, so I can actually institute it in my own health, Barry. That's major. So for the next consultation, what are we looking at?
Well, I'd like to talk about. I would like to physically talk about the kind of foods that I'm consuming, so that my weight never returns.
Oh, that's going to be powerful. That's what I want to know, because that basically it helps you lose 100 pounds. That's what I want to do. Is I'm going to tell you straight off, and that's how I feel. I want to know basically, what do you eat from the morning? What do you do from the morning you get up to the time you go to bed?
Okay, to make it short.
No. The next time we meet.
Oh, of course.
That's what I want to know. I want to know that in the morning that you mix the baking soda with the coconut oil. I want to know, what do you eat after an hour later? I want to know, do you meditate right afterwards? Do you see what I'm saying? And I want to know, do you take a supplement? What supplement do you take when you go to bed, or do you use a supplement, or do you have a smoothie at the end of the night like I do, which I'm going to basically change mine to coconut oil, water instead of the almond milk I've been telling. But I want to know, what do you do on a daily basis? That way, it would help me with mine so that I can kind of shape it and mold it that way. Because I got to work out. I got working out well. Okay, I know how to work out. But if we can shed this, we can see what's under the pack. You know. But I'm just saying that is just going to help me entirely, really.
James, I'm glad you brought that up. I will reveal from A through D exactly what I do from the morning, evening of the same day, and people, everybody will know. And I'm happy to reveal it.
I mean, even if you say that, hey, I said next I go into my garden and maybe a garden a little bit, just to get just an impact of what your day is. And of course we'll keep it short, but we'll kind of, but we'll expand on certain things that tweak my. If I say, hey, let's talk a little bit more about that, how you made that toothpaste or how you made that smoothie. Tell me a little bit more about that. I think that's going to be powerful for me on my own journey.
Okay, it's my pleasure to do that because it's one thing to eat right, and then it's another thing to make an intimate connection with nature. And when you bring that to life, your whole world changes, and you look at the world in a different way. And that's part of
Exactly, because you know what, you losing 100 pounds, you know what? I want to sit at the feet. I want to basically learn exactly what you did because you know what? Even if I lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, or whatever I lose, at least I'm going to have the roadmap to actually get there and hopefully stay there like you have for over 20 years or so.
Thank you, James. And I would like to also say to you that, yes, I lost 100 pounds plus. I only stand 5'4", so that's a big deal.
Oh wow! So basically, like me, I'm like 5'9" or 5'8.5". That's like losing an extra 50 pounds or so.
That's right. So my 100, I lost half my body weight plus. That's what happened.
Wow, that's major, really. If you think about it, that's like me losing like 120 pounds. So, all right, I'll see you on the next show, and I can't wait, or the next consultation, and we'll talk then.
Okay, it's my pleasure.
My goal is okay, everybody. Okay, my goal is another 2 pounds by tomorrow. So we'll talk then. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.